Hello. Anthony, 11 out of 10 title. Yeah. I don't know if you're actually scared or not, but I'm kind of scared. I don't like scary games. Why am I doing this to myself? Oh, man, the music's not helping either. Okay. Okay. I also said I would do a webcam. Yeah. So, ta-da! Hello, world. Let's move this. I don't think anything is going to appear in the top right corner. And some nice jazzy music. Okay. Let's stop this. Oh shoot. Oh well. Then I'm going to put Twitch on the tablet. Myself. Now I want to go to my video. There we go. Okay, oh, and then let's turn myself down so I don't accidentally hear myself. Okay. Here we go. Oh no, I can't see the chat. Still connecting? Am I still on Ethernet? Yes. It's about to go down. No. Is it Is it really? It says I'm connecting. So yeah, let's just start it then. Abby, can you say something else too? Okay. Okay, let me see if the game is showing up. I hope I don't have to move the dialogue box, but okay, we'll see. New game, here we go. I'm already scared. Well, we got that out of the way. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde of Luxembourg, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under the influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew to a prosperous and bustling town. Yes. I'll read it to you, Anthony, don't worry. I don't even know what I'm reading. However, the seasons of joy ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Their riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually uninhabited, and that's when it began. Thunder scared me. Surrounding villages spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the nights, and hearsay of the mysterious woman roaming the hallowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Well, no, I need the light so you can see me. But it's dark in my house, don't worry. Whispers about the once great house, its legend... Spooktober, ooh! Hey, Marcus. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and curse, still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. How's everyone doing tonight? No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck! Thanks. Okay, so Isabella. Okay, this is a chill part, I hope.
Hello? Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
I have something new. What's in my journal? Undiscovered journal entry. Isabella. Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos. Hey, she has the same name as me, but she goes by Isabella. She's a Gemini, 26. She's 5'2". She's a state agent. She's nationality Filipino. Okay, I'm Filipino too. Fine arts undergraduate. Hey guys, I found my character. Like cinnamon rolls, dog food, police, procedural, monka fucking S. She is the third child among seven. Okay, I don't have that many siblings. Daughter of a laundrywoman and a jeepney driver. Oh god. Bless his soul. So a jeepney is like the public transportation in the Philippines. They're like really long jeeps that people drive in. This is gonna happen to you. She went to public school, was an average student, but took art easily. Eventually, she pursued a degree in fine arts as encouraged by her father. However, when the man was diagnosed with terminal illness, she had to stop studying to make money. It was Isabella's aunt who helped her get work overseas in order to earn more than money than any local job could get her. Rose Cooper became her mentor as soon as she started as Agent BRC. It's been 5 years since she met her neighbor, Rebecca. She met Ashton during an unfortunate incident involving the first sale at Devlin Court, and later Zachary through him. Okay. A familiar jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose! I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
I'm just wondering how this, like, kind of whitish looking girl is actually Filipino, but okay, let's just deal with it. She has, like, brown hair. We don't have naturally brown hair like that. And we're not naturally pale like this. She's, like, got a little bit of a tan, but if she claims that she's, like, born from two Filipinos, I mean, her dad's obviously a jeepney driver. He's not, like, a rich American white dude. Okay, so, hey, Rose. Okay, she already said that.
What do you mean, what's the matter?
Yes.
It's a mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised.
Let's put on auto, I guess.
Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that.
What's fucking wrong?
Hurry up and get here.
Did I miss something?
This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away.
Yeah.
Oh, Rose.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything. They're nothing but spirits.
You don't know that. They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up. Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
She hangs up before I can respond. Okay, Rose, still charming as ever.
Who was that?
I look up from my phone to see Rebecca. Becca giving me a questioning look. Yes.
Oh, that? It's just Rose.
Rose? The one you said who trained you for your job back when you started? You're working together again?
Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Anselm Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Oh, wait, mansion? That big spooky one you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
As soon as these words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out about the place being creepy ever since you got assigned to it. Cursed rumors and all. I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could really use a huge amount of cash right now, and this is just the fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
Sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me. Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression.
Becca!
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
Ugh, gross. She crosses her arms and grimaces at the thought. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you. You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Yeah, scurvy is a real thing. Okay, you're not my mom. I eat other things too.
Hey! I eat other things too.
I fold my arms across my chest, mimicking her posture, and give her the best frown I can muster, the same one I'd use with my younger siblings when they are being difficult. Instead, she only raises an eyebrow at me.
That's not going to work on me. And I saw it when you were cleaning your flat last week.
Okay, let's see about relationship. Oh, okay. Journal, profiles. Is Rebecca in here? No, not yet. Becca. Okay.
The instant noodle cups outnumber everything else.
That's nasty. I couldn't imagine you eat ramen more than one day in a row.
You're just exaggerating. Did you even see what's in my cupboard yet?
No.
I'm not just living on instant noodles alone. I've got canned beans, peas, tuna, ham, and even hamburgers in there.
Becca is wrinkling her nose by the time I get to the end of the small list. She even went a little green on the last one. We're arguing about what we eat. Well, I would have laughed a little at that if I didn't know it would only lead to more reprimands from her.
Aren't those the same ones you won from the grocer's raffle more than a year ago? Oh, I sincerely hope you're checking the date stamps on those things before eating them. I don't want a repeat of last year.
Hey, okay, so getting to that point, I actually heard of someone in college getting scurvy because they weren't eating right. They were living off like instant crap. So I think she's actually concerned about her fret. It's actually a very concerning thing that she's eating ramen a lot. And ramen's disgusting to eat like more than once a week. Like, yeah. Once in a while is okay. Because, I don't know. Like, maybe you get a craving for it like I do. Okay.
In any case, those are still not exactly healthier choices, Belle.
Shakes her head, possibly laughing at some funny distant memory. When she looks up, I immediately brace myself. More words from her. Okay. Sometimes it's just better to let Becca talk until she's out of things to say. Yeah, you get scurvy when you don't have enough vitamin C. When she turns her attention back to me, there's only warmth in her smile.
What am I going to do?
Yeah, and orange juice is a good source of vitamin C. She says this one more to herself and me, her voice shifting to something kinder, even motherly, if I'm looking for the exact word.
I hope you know that it's impossible not to worry about you when you're like this. You don't have to keep eating the same thing. I already told you before. You're always free to reheat food in my fridge.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But
I don't
suit
know whether
yourself.
to cross my arms and
The
watch
offer
this or
stays on
keep
the
my hand on
table,
the
though.
keyboard, because I know there's QuickTime events. Probably not during this part. I nod in response, if only get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. Never, ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse, just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like that to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements, when she takes a quick glance at something behind me, snaps me out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back any minute. We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
You bet!
With a small smile, she returns to her desk and is sifting through the pages of a rather thick history book. She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying, at least. Her eyes are distant. She doesn't seem too attentive to whatever's on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes to mouth to stifle the sounds. Ah, this is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes it a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself. Ah, she's a hypocrite.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I leave her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple days now. Something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. Excuse me. Becca sips the syrup. She even left the medicine her doctor prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now. Yeah.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Yeah.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you. I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her once she's decided on something. Defeated, I reached inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she had left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
Alright, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There is an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. Yes. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation in my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. Okay, October 24th. Hail tasking taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion is some ways out in the countryside, but I don't have time to give trouble. I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Apparently, everyone in Luxborn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just the mention of his name is enough for locals to give you cautious sidelong glances. I learned the hard way the first time I commuted here, and it only boosted my belief there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up in the market has caused quite a bit of stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have become a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window once the buildings shrink into the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, and although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Kinda wish they paid the voice actors to read this part. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. Yes. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has a way of messing things up like that. Halfway reading through my papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again anyway.
Rose?
Guess again.
That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know.
Let me see the controls real quick. Let me see if there's anything. Relationship, branch tree, options. Space, journal, load game. Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything important.
It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
Ash chuckles and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid Ashhole. Always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. That reference again? Yeah. I'll show him who's tough. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous mansion. Hold on, let me pause this. I have to admit, the entirely property does look wonderful from the outside. Well, the swoopy wind is kind of scaring me. Yeah, I saw it in Final Fantasy XIV. There's the Luigi's Mansion. Oh, I kind of wish I was playing Luigi's Mansion. Does look wonderful from the outside. Okay, I read that part. Yet despite all of this, there's nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everybody keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Yes. Somehow it makes me feel sad. A lack of immediate human presence makes this place all the more eerie when it has any right to be. It's uncanny in broad daylight, and I can't imagine how this place looks at night.
Are you planning to go inside that place, Missy?
The voice merely makes me jump out of my skin. Without quickly taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. So let's look at the journal. Did I... Nope. Timeline? It's the 21st, yes? Okay. What the fuck is this? That's scary. Who put that in my journal? Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. Yes. Forgot to pay. I expected him to leave as soon as I paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it. No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
Yeah, I didn't like it because it's haunted. He drives off after, but after what he has said, left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should expect that conversation to take that turn. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. Now, let's just stop the stream right here, guys. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. It's not like I have a choice anyway. I want to get that bonus commission one way or another. I got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it, however, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Great. Someone's gonna scare me. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. Okay. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her someone this careless. Entering, what greets me leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner, waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook and cranny and crevice, and made it spick and span. And all for the sake of making the mansion more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have listened to what the other people have been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in this world better left alone, never to be disturbed again.
Rose?
Scared me. I call out,
Rose,
scaring myself.
I'm here. Where are you?
It's so quiet. My voice echoes softly throughout the hallways. ... Oh, who am I kidding? In the place is big, I don't think she'll hear me, no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I reach for my phone and dial her number. But
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
what do you mean has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Stop saying scary shit. Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited away, right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper in the house and lost signal or something. I'm gonna jump at every little thing. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time. I'm going to eat you alive, alive, alive.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
But to no avail. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. This isn't going to work. This place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple steps forward, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh? Fine. I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please, Lord. Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down.
I'm attic.
Oh great, she's in the attic.
What? The attic? Why?
Crap, it got cut off. Man, do I really need to go there? Yeah, well, I don't think we have a choice. With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all the places, she has to go make me fetch her in the creepiest room of the place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. Carefully, I make my way up the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse the fact that I've chosen real estate instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange abandoned houses. Well, I'm sure she's a lot more scared than I am, because she's actually in there, in the creepy house, and I'm just watching her story, reading her story. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway greets me. It branches out. Yeah, we're trying to sell this house, but it's haunted. It branches out to the two major wings in the mansion, the east and west wing. There are 2 attics here, one on each side. It's rumored to be haunted, so it's pretty hard to sell. Yeah. Demolish it. Okay, game over. We're done. But it's such an expensive mansion. There are 2 attics here, one on each side. But the east one has been converted to a strange storage room of some sort, and somehow I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens into a small room. Inside, there is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase, though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why didn't they bother to add one here when they renovated it escapes me. Sheesh, they did it with the rest of the house. Let's move the mouse. Small bedroom welcomes me at the end. It looks exactly as it did the last time in here, full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. This is someone's bedroom in the attic? Fucking hot. Odd, I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss the room? And also, the scary background music's not helping. Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? No, could have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambience of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. Maybe be a friendly ghost like Danny Phantom. I hope so, Anthony. And I'm sure she said she's here. Is this a prank? It's a prank, bruh? Hey, Soviet soldier. Long time no see. How you doing? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Shut up, Brain, you're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? Okay, I got through that. What the hell was that? That's it, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew this disturbing magic was a bad idea right from the very start. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Yeah, it was a little bit cut off. Me and my outlandish backwater country beliefs. I've always tried to be a model employee, but not this time, no. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Rye Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room. Just to check.
Huh? What's this?
My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like...
A letter?
Ooh. Hey, it's the title of the game. Lying on the ground just a couple inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I leaned down and picked it up. Don't pick up the letter! It's cursed! It's the whole title of the game. Roll credits, ding! Make reference to title of whatever, check! Okay. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a few other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. I had been last to look inside the attic and leave, and certainly this hadn't been here before. Someone must have left it in his room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in a pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. Paper is so thin and rough I'm worried it'll fall apart as soon as I touch it. But with great care I open it, and what reads shakes me to my core. Help me! Help me, help me!
Oh my god.
Nothing but the word helps me fill the page. All of it seemed to be written in a crimson-shaded pen. Or blood. I gulp. The same phrase goes just on and on and on until... Send this to 5 people or else... Oh no, it's an evil chain letter!
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
As quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope just to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Fold my paper in half. The sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. Okay! Deep breaths, people. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds, with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. How do we get it back after sending it to one person? Do we have to copy it? I don't know. It's too much. All of it's too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. Lord, please help me. Be brave and look up. I need to face it. Whatever these feet belong to, I need to face it. I don't know why I picked the scary option. And then, if I'm going to die, if they're going to kill me, at least I'll know what my killer looks like. A cold comfort. So, with a deep breath, I summon every ounce of courage I have left in me, and shift my gaze upwards. Okay, now a deep breath, people. Please don't hurt me! I can't even look at it.
No!
Without thinking, I scramble towards the door. I struggle to open it, but it won't budge. Stay away!
Go away! Please, Lord! Make it go away!
Why now? My heart sinks as reality dawns in. I'm locked in. I locked in with that thing.
Let me out! Lord, please, let me out!
Slowly approaches me as I wrench the doorknob violently back and forth. Tatsy, about that bitch! Whew. Yes. The door swings open. I couldn't have been happier. Wasting no time, I leap toward the door and don't look back. I gotta see this on the VOD. My feet pounding against the door with the rhythm of the loud, fast beating of my heart. By the time I run past the hallway and find myself atop the grand staircase, my chest feels so tight like it's going to burst. But that's nothing compared to the feeling of hope of the sight of the exit gives me. Phew. Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me, and my shoe slips and I find myself falling. till my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. I'm dead! Paralyzed. Paralyzed or dead. Oh shit! There she is again! My head grows fuzzy, my vision dims as if I had to stay conscious. No, not that bitch again. Go away! Yeah. The last thing I see are those feet before all I know it's darkness. Ta ta ta. Anime-esque opening? Okay. I guess you can relax a bit. My favorite anime.
I won't forget you, though your life fades away as I wither in this world filled with regret. Hold my hand and leave. Please don't leave me be. These bloody halls where we
Wake, can't get up. Yep. We're dead. Yeah, it's the rock music. You think Becca's the hottest one? I kind of like Isabella. Maria, Isabella. Cause she identify with her. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to rouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will, but I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up. Isabella.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away what is nudging persistently at my side. Come on. Can't I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. See, she has trouble getting up. This is my character. A hand lightly taps my cheek and something cold suddenly being pressed to the back of my head. The icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Isabella? Isabella? Oh, can you hear me? Isabella?
The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. There, looking down at me, is Rose. Okay, let's put on auto. Another woman lawyers beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Rose's posture screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying to, at least. Easy. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed, if the light ache in the area indicates anything. Okay, sorry, I was just looking around for something.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12 teen. No, that's wrong. Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
This time, I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her, what with the way she towers over us. And here I thought Rose is already tall. Who is she anyway, one of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit. An expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. Oh, I was supposed to do this. Auto. There you go. Can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor during evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but recite everything as she has asked. Oh, okay. Don't press anything. Rose releases a breath of relief once.
Scared me
Yeah,
for a
okay.
moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you all right?
Exasperation soon replaces the dull ache. The memory is a little fuzzy, but the attic and the letter.
There was someone, Rose, in the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute.
No, not any of those. I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've grown just another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still her trainee. I should show this to the troublesome clients, or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna check something. Sorry about that. I was just checking my messages. Emma told me she didn't want to come to the stream. God damn it. I'm kidding. She has a choice. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
Emma? I was talking about Emma. I was kind of wondering if she didn't realize I was streaming, kind of like that one time. No, she says she can't do scary. You think I can? Okay. As much as I love to have No, it's fine. It's her, it's not, what am I saying? It's her choice. As much as I love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait, hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promise, but that's completely besides the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I turn the cold compress to her and push myself on the floor. So it's when the person speaks out loud, that's when the voice actor comes in. The thoughts in her head have to be read out. The thoughts in her head are not read out loud. There we go. I have to use the staircase's railing to steady myself, otherwise I feel fine. And yeah, they would have to pay the voice actors to do these extra lines, so that's probably why they did only half of the lines. That's my speculation.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no... What are we talking about?
Alright, you in.
A smile threatens to slip out from me.
But if I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. She is. But not in a scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it, and Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
Rose hands her a business card. I think she's Irish, maybe? I think that's the accent. The words interior designer catches my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for 17th century influences then. I won't hold her against her, though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to the pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere in a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place. I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rose's confusion is possible to miss when she glances at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And I guess I better judgment. I blurt the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah, right? I was hired by her to handle the interior design for their newly bought home. This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. Okay, what did I don't understand what's going on. Backlog. I think they're surprised by her saying there's homeowners. Yeah. We'll check with their supervisor, I guess? These few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it. Oh, excuse me.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I have dealt with an awkward situation like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I have learned a thing or two in the 5 years I worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly deep in thought after I finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd when I arrived here. Excuse me, I think I need to make a call to my secretary. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job. I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number of our Luxembourg office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if for some reason something has already been decided without my or Rose's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCullough returns, looking a little frustrated but with an apology clear in her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And, Isabella? I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double-check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it the stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. Yeah, let's prepare ourselves if the lady comes back. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just a paranoia, a temporary lapse after having heard all those tales about this place? So let's see our relationship. Isabella, I don't have a relationship with myself. Becca, Marianne. Rose is not on here, apparently. Rose isn't on here? Question mark. Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. But a small part of my mind makes it different. If I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave that place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have just handed me dig into my palm, and the jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked for me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Oh, fuck. Okay, that was just a scary transition. A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. Okay, good, there are people here. Nothing bad could happen when people are around, right? I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or underdressed standing in their presence. Men and women of stealth, wealth, and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy seats and lovely dresses of varying colors, composed to the medium-sized crowd. Stealth and Wadis. Sounds like Elmer the Fudd. Their necks, arms, and fingers are adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some have even ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. Sure, I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby living in the stories. Those birds will have a field day in this. They are murmuring among themselves, looking at the estate's facade appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. Oh good, I can take a break. They don't look too pleased to be ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Hearing this, a few wandered to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Probably. Miss McCullough also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair as she approaches. Man, look how big her boobs are.
It's so nice to finally meet you. When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
Ah, that must be the client she was talking about. Oh, just a second, I'm gonna burp. Oh, there we go. I might have seen their faces somewhere before, some magazine or on television, I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news, one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular enough, they aren't dressed as loudly as others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. She has big jugs, that's why. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. He paid for those jugs. Okay. Okay, Anthony. and I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I think they are brother and sister if it wasn't for the public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is that we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of the people in Maya Rose's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way. When they aren't whispering among themselves, going ooh and ah over one thing and another, they ask questions. From how the restoration process went, to the history of the place, I answer them all and am more than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxembourg knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty. Even the glass thing, colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope. Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I stop talking, your attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Well,
Saying
I
a
think
mansion
it
is
just
small,
right.
they must be rich.
Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything. Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, please, please let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put into retaining the room's classical appeal. The open hearth at the end of the room in particular looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Mad props. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and the tar staining the bricks and how much of a pain in the ass cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
Oh, wait, this is... wait, don't... Hello, Chris! How you doing? This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright, my memory supplies... What? Okay, from the forms I signed earlier, okay. I think I just got... The last time you were here, I reached the requirements to be affiliate, and so... I didn't actually submit the forms until a couple days later. Okay. Thank you. How did your stream go? I saw you were on. I was just a bit busy today. His sudden attractiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. But this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. Cool. Yeah, I tried that game. I didn't get very far. So, maybe I should give it another chance sometime. I was interested in it when, before it came out. What's so interesting about a basement? I don't really understand rich people sometimes. Well, I guess they want to store his wine down there? Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who is already seeing what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. Oh, cool. Made by the same people who made New Spider-Man. On a grown man? It's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar had been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smiled to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're about to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had a survey of the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale. Oh, great. Scary part. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off... Wait, no. Let me go at my own pace. It starts off as small as goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone and turn when I look. A chill settles down my spine, making me sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just... Okay. Breathe.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. Like, why would I want to... If I'm scared as like a ghost or something, I want to be with people. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while. Same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer, till a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there? Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you! Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker! Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hana. Call me Hana. I just wanted to ask, how
Ma'am
soon
Hana.
are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. A sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She already bought the house. She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see... But we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with a tight smile, she looks as if she had tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who'll probably just fill it up with cats.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon. And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us. Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. I can't help but send an imploring look at Mrs. McCullough, who only gives me an apologetic smile and shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. And let's just do autoplay. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry for letting her do that. I didn't get a choice there?
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Hey Anthony, welcome back.
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
It's Isabella.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good
Yeah,
word
fuck
to
you
your
bitch, it's
superiors
Isabella.
too, and-
Maria Isabella.
What's this?
Oh shit! I accidentally gave her the letter! A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face, turning her...
An interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, Ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
So is that one person we gave it to? It's my turn to be puzzled. What did they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. I don't know, because there's 3 people, so we had to give it to 5. Not sure. Ah, my hair. God damn it. Okay. My hair is fine this way. Are the papers I handed not enough? Okay, she doesn't realize she handed them the help me letter. Only 2 more to go. Oh yeah, this is count as 3. I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. But what the way Madame Han is leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt her.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
God damn it. My hair's falling. Okay.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
Hair's getting in my way. Hurry. Smiles back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear what the rest of what she says after that. I can only stare down the paper at the letter, another reference, in my hand. The sides crinkle my grip and my breathing goes labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you alright? You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose's group joined us in the parlor. I want nothing more to say that, no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place, because I remember everything as clear as day. The letter and that woman in the attic. It's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them without looking like I've gone mad? Should I even tell them? Okay, so should I show Rose the letter? Yeah, show Rose the letter. Good idea, right? I blurted out before I could think twice about what I'm gonna say.
Rose, we need to get out of here. This place is cursed.
Rose casts a nervous glance at the people in the room. Most are still engaged in a conversation with their peers, but those curious enough to turn their heads in our group's direction have been given their trademark saleswoman smile. A tight expression is on her face when she pulls me aside.
Isabella, we've already had a conversation about this weeks ago. Those are just stories.
And I'm telling you that it's not. I saw something in there. It's not human at all. I thought it was just nothing, but isn't this letter proof enough?
She gently reaches to pluck the letter paper out of my hand. Without even glancing at it, she folds it back neatly.
Look, I'm really getting worried about you.
Oh, she didn't read
I
it!
want to see this open house through, but your condition is more important. Give me a few minutes to wrap things up here, and I'll drive you to the nearest hospital.
No! You don't understand! There isn't a condition, Rose. No concussion at all. I'm fine. But this place isn't, and you're being stubborn about it.
Before Rose could open her mouth for a retort, a hand lands on both of our shoulders, pulling the two of us a distance closer.
Now, ladies, what seems to be the problem here?
Nothing, sir. I just had to clarify a few things with my colleague.
Well, it certainly seems intense. A smile fits the two of you better, in my opinion. Especially darling little Lily here.
He gives my shoulder a squeeze while an inscrutable smile spreads across his face.
It's Isabella, sir.
Yeah, it's Isabella.
Of course. But my point still stands. And with two beautiful ladies here, I'm sure.
And I'm sure little Lily here would certainly appreciate it if you remove your pretty hands from her, darling.
Pressure at my shoulder soon lifts as those words leave his wife's lips, while the scowl on her face is like a splash of cold water on me. It's almost impossible to miss the displeased frown on Miss McCullough's face. The realization that we might lose the sale because of my outburst instantly dawns on me. Yeah, they're obnoxious. The guy is okay, the woman's a real bitch, though. Rose, but she's the one who wants the house. The guy hasn't been really convinced yet. Rose will be beyond pissed.
I think I need to step out for a while. I'll be back.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble, and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
The aforementioned must have been quite obvious on my face, because her expression instantly shifts into something gentler, eyes softer, fond smile spreading on her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry.
Yeah, let's do autoplay.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off, before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen when she gives it back, but I take it nonetheless, more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. I'll throw it away if I can. But I have this nagging feeling, one way or another, it'll find its way back to me regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly. And we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this. I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery. But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
My mind stops.
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not. The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please, humor me just this once.
She claps her hand together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand. To some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any less awful. Whether I'm myself at the unlucky turn the situation is taken or for her, I don't really know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
How do you not know what a noob means? Oh, that was a joke. At the memory, both burst into helpless giggles and earning a strange looks. Okay, yeah, talking and laughing like this, it's easy to forget any mishaps that happen. Little things you should learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
Still not okay with it, but... better of me to step out of this one for now. Sorry I couldn't stay and watch longer. Oh, it's okay, Chris. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Better get up for this one out now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here, all right? Don't even think of going anywhere. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked. At least wait for me to call someone who'll fetch you, okay?
She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint. With nothing left to do, I found myself drifting back to the foyer. A few visitors lingered in the area, some merely enjoying the afternoon sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows. Others can be seen admiring the priceless antiques decorating the room. Our group of elderlies gathered some ways across from me, occupied in a friendly banter about which one would cost more to buy. A little argument here, and occasional laughter and teasing there. I smiled to myself. George is probably right. I do need a break. I missed that last thing she said. Hold on. So what happened was that I showed Rose the paper, and Rose took the letter and didn't even look at it. So I think she technically did not read it. But who knows if she read it on the way, in between them talking. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help? Speaking of, I should call Ash. It's a few hours early from what I told him, but he didn't ask for a call once I'm done. Besides, I don't have a ride back. He offered, so I might as well take it. Or bribe him into giving me one. Not that he'll ever accept the latter, personal convictions and all. Honestly, if there's something I find admirable in him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that. Well, whatever way works, a free ride's still a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects, and...
Shit!
Ash from Deluxe City.
What?
Shit, how
What?
loud is this thing even?
Looking for trouble?
What?
Better not lie. I'm a cool dude.
Sharp ringing fills the entire world, disrupting the pleasant quiet settled. Soon enough, heads began to turn in search of the source, mine included. My eyes darted on the small crowd before zeroing in on low figure crouched in the same group of old people checking the deck doors moments ago.
Looking for trouble? Better not lie. I'm a cool dude. Pretty fly.
He's facing away from me, fumbling with something in his hand. So his own ringtone is him rapping? That's funny. But I don't need to see his face to know whose back it is. Oh, I recognize that dumb parka from anywhere. Without bothering to end the call, I marched towards him. After what happened today, I'm really not in the mood to deal with this.
Of all the times to...
Ashton Frey!
What happens is to something I surely regret for later not have recorded.
Ah!
He yelps. He jumps, letting out a dignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping out from his grip. He bounces from one hand to the other in his poor attempt to catch it before ultimately falling flat on the floor with a resounding clack. Oh no, he dropped his phone! Heart attack, the scariest part of the whole game. Dropping a phone. I kind of feel sorry for the phone and the floor. But it's not every day you can catch someone like Ash off guard and get a reaction. Damn stupid detective senses. I'll take every ounce of victory I can get, no matter how small. Ha! An awkward pause passes between us. A blink. A cough. He makes a face. And then, in too quick a motion, he ducks and retrieves the abused gadget while a grin threatens to break out from my lips. He doesn't meet my eyes when he straightens, but a flush has creeped up his neck and cheeks. In another universe where we had known each other for 5 years and suffering through teasing isn't a day occurrence, chances are I'd find that adorable. Ah. Endearing, even. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of world. The way things are, I'm already content to see him out of his obnoxiously calm and collected disposition.
Hello to you too, scaredy cat. I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way. Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am so honored you find this funny. Is that how you treat your guests? I think I need to talk to your supervisor.
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you doing here in the first place?
For a moment, he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary. Suddenly, checking every nook and cranny of his phone for any damage or scratches seems to be more interesting activity than explaining himself.
Ash?
I could be looking to buy a house.
A mansion?
Yeah, why not? Did you see the view outside? It doesn't look haunted to me at all.
He's messing with me.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
He chances a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor? Curious, I follow his gaze. Before I can figure out what caught attention, he places my hand on my shoulder and turns me back to face him.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
I still don't see how his work has anything to do with why he's here. At my confused look, he drops the hand resting my arm, and like he has touched something particularly hot, and casually rubs the back of his head.
And I said I'll see if I can pick you up. Turns out I can. Free time and all. So here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet. I think that makes me a legitimate client.
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it. And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow an etiquette here.
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and...
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said... Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Wait, what? Now?
Something must have shown my face because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare. Sometimes I forget how easy reading people is for Ash, given how often he looks as if everything around him is a chore. Okay, I'm gonna check something real quick. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe it's... I don't know. Okay. I was wondering if these were the 5 people I was going to show the letter to, but there's 6 people on here, so I don't know what this is. Okay. Actually, you know, I'm gonna take a break here. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let's put the stuff back on. Okay. Sometimes I forget how easy reading people is for Ash, given how often he looks as everything around him is a chore. Ah, fuck, I forgot to get water. Hold on. I'll be real quick. Oh no, you guys know what my kitchen looks like, sort of. Don't want scurvy? That's good, Anthony. I don't want you to get scurvy either. Leaked. Yes. Sometimes I forget how easy it is reading people for Ash. I'll give him off and he looks as if everything around him's a chore. Okay, so I read this part. Let's skip. Avoid his eyes, hoping that he'll drop the subject, won't ask me any more questions. The last thing I want is for him to tell you what happened, especially the part about the letter. In fact, he's the last person I'll ever think about telling it to you if I can help it. I think she has a crush on him. Maybe. Or maybe like it's a brother-sisterly thing, I don't know. Sure, he's a dependable guy. God knows how many times he's helped me, even without me asking for it. But stuff like ghosts and supernatural? He'll never believe those, even if he hears it from a friend, except maybe if it's Becca. On a good day, the most harmless thing he'll do is give you an explanation on why those things have no chance of ever being real. At worst, he's insufferable. He'll poke fun at you at every single chance he gets. Ashhole. What did I ever do to him? He never does that to Rebecca or Zach. I can already imagine how things will go down the moment I spill a word of what I saw. Rope over my dead body. Before it catches his attention, I shove the letter deep into my bag.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Let's just go.
Doesn't look like a nothing to me.
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
It's still early. And didn't you say your shift will end around 5 or 6? What about... Hey, Isabella, wait up!
A rush of air greets me as soon as the main door opens. Not of the usual autumn draft, but still a welcoming change from the stifling atmosphere inside the mansion. Ash's footsteps are quick behind, the soles of his shoes thumping hard against the polished concrete in awkward cadence as he rushes to catch up. He calls out once, twice, 3 times. The mansion still looms in the background. Whispers calling me back, shadows beckoning. Fuck? Help me. I'm cursed. I can never leave the mansion. I don't look back. We spend the ride back in Luxembourg City in a relatively quiet manner, with only the radio's disjointed hum in the background to fill the silence. Occasionally, Ash will reach out to Phil with the signal, unsettles or a respectable volume. Otherwise, he doesn't say anything. Neither do I. However, if the furtive glances he's been sending my way are signs, I know there are things he's been itching to ask since we left the mansion. Keep my eyes trained on the passing scenery outside, and small hope that my disinterest will dissuade him.
Here.
Ah, God damn it. All of a sudden, he tosses something at me from a small compartment on his side. It hits me cleanly on the chin before I can make a move to catch it. The small package makes a soft landing on my lap instead.
Sorry.
The glare I send him wipes smirk about to form clearly out of his face. He clears his throat, focusing his eyes on the road again. I swear, he did that on purpose. Ignoring him, I flip the half-forgotten package on my lap.
I won't say no to free food, but why are you giving away cereal bars?
I always have one on my person, and you look like you're about to pass out back there. Have you eaten lunch yet?
I don't even get the chance to deny it, because right on cue my stomach rumbles loudly and an empty gnawing feeling in my belly becomes noticeable. Food! Yeah, now all of a sudden I'm starting to get hungry. No surprise, I did skip breakfast and lunch so I could catch Becca while she was on break. I was hoping to get a small meal after. I guess everything going on, I just forgot until Ash mentioned it. It's not like the hollow feeling's new to me, though. If anything, it's just one of the things I've gotten used to ignoring over the years growing up. Thanks, I tear open the package and start nibbling on the edge of the bar. Apart from an acknowledging nod, Ash doesn't say anything after that small exchange. For that, I'm thankful. After getting earflow from Rebecca and Rhodes, it's nice to be able to just sit down with someone who's not going to nag at you.
How'd the open house go?
The usual. We got a bigger crowd than normal because of the property's fame, but really no different from the typical open house. On second thought, it actually looks like a fancy party more than an open house. I've never felt so underdressed in my life. Weren't you there?
I wasn't really listening.
I should have asked someone to kick you out.
No, you won't.
And what makes you so sure?
One, ever since you got assigned to this property, you've been freaking out about it. Rebecca's words, not mine. She's been complaining to me about how you talked your ears off, by the way. Two, despite your initial qualms about the place, you still took the job. Which brings us to three. It's been months since you last settled a deal, and you're short on money right now since you're back to your instant noodle diet.
How do you even know about the last one?
Rebecca. Anyhow, you're hellbent on selling the mansion. Even if someone you know personally is in the tour group, you aren't going to just kick them out. Every single person who went on your open house is still a prospective client to you. Even me.
He's not entirely wrong. Oh man, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
His answer's a small laugh, the kind of screams, "I'm right, I told you so." I hate it when he does that.
I'll have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
Provided I didn't botch it with the rights. Madam Hannah, in particular, didn't look too pleased with what I did. I owe Rose a big apology. I hope she likes free donuts.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa.
Okay, I'm just checking. Hannah is the lady. I guess Luke is Hannah's boyfriend or husband.
Or is it the wardrobe this time?
He meant that as a joke, but it's as close to the truth that made my blood run cold and my own heartbeat a heavy weight in my chest. All at once, the letter in my bag feels a whole lot heavier, burdened by my own guilt and apprehension. Wait, what happened? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
You made them angry?
Not angry, just stuff happened.
Like?
Things.
Did they do anything? Your clients, the Wrights, was it?
I can't answer that. At least not without revealing everything that took place in the attic. Let's review. Okay, let's try to change the subject.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours.
Oh. Autoplay, please.
That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
No over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. Besides, it never works with him. I'm not sure if it's just because I'm bad at it or because he's really very good at his job. He doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over me and rotating it back to the row where he has to make a sharp turn. Outside, the sun has already started making its descent, casting a vibrant orange glow on the tall buildings. I wonder how long before I reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears Ash has taken the longer route. Odd, but he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling
It's
them
too close.
awful while you're laughing at all of them.
It's too close to home, guys.
Shut up. And you aren't answering my question.
That earns him a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction knowing that I find most of them funny. It'd only make his head bigger, stupid Ash.
Alright. Lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
He recounts what he's been doing in the time you haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, the big case he's been stuck on working on, stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. This is what Ash Ketchup does when he's not catching Pokemon. Although most of it are trimmed down versions, only things he can tell. He has always been more careful than that. Even the way he spins his answers to my questions, just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone when he mentions something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it too much. That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to justice just because they kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. Okay, I'm gonna pause right here. I gotta take another break because I'm hungry. I think I'm gonna grab a banana from the kitchen. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, and Pop-Tarts. You haven't finished them yet, Anthony? Well, I'm good you're... Actually, it's probably a good thing you didn't finish them yet. Because now you can have more. I mean, now that you can have them on different days instead of... whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. Okay. Stories never cease to be entertaining regardless. Strawberry? Oh, you're on Strawberry. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, no, not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there. Wait. Along with the countless others I've let go. What is going on? Okay. She's talking about her mom. Okay. Time passes quickly between us in this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie's house. Oh, we're going to see a movie. Yay. I don't want to be in a dark, scary dark room. A small crowd has already formed in the theater in front of me. The Lift Fest, short for Luxport Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year is no different. I've only been to a few indie screenings with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a big break in industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but... Just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup. I already put on a grin on his face for weeks. Who are we talking about? Speaking of the guy, okay, they're talking about their friend Zach. He's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers, and with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for something intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard, only once in their friendship. Once early in their friendship. Can't read anymore.
Oh, there's Zach!
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Zach's face lights up with a smile zone. He moves towards us with careful steps, taking significant effort to make himself smaller so as not to bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
Awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our group is palpable enough. Somewhere to our left, the girl giggles, and then only to become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zach seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
Their fondness for underneath his exasperated tone. If this were only any other person, he'd likely be offended. But years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to each other's ears. Or at least, enough for both to take in stride.
It's been a while, Zach.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with Chicken Down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
I'm eating this banana, goddammit. Okay, let me just finish the banana, and then I can do this without having to turn my mic off and shit. Okay, finally. It's probably because of the hair. I'm so glad he got, like, Zuko got a better haircut later on this season. Better. Quote unquote. It depends on the person, I guess. And then Zach laughs. Okay.
Hey, I'm kidding. You know you can always count on me.
The story only two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zach's help on something. Becca and I never really found out what the real deal is with those adventures, as Ash calls it, but both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Oh well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zach a small wave from behind when when his attention eventually turns to me.
Bella! Huh? Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
And it's true, they've known each other far longer than any of us in the group, childhood friends at all.
But don't worry, Zach. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie.
Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speak of the devil. Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me around.
Becca, you're just in time.
I have to lean back a little with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places her hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, concern filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face.
Is her hair pink or red? I think it's red, right?
Why wouldn't I be?
Rose called me earlier.
Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Wasn't it red in the opening? I don't know. I don't remember now. Since I don't have my family living close by her, and a other relative I hear on the far side of the country gave Becca, yeah. I should have known Rose would call her. I push Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no, everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash snickers. I bite the urge back to elbow in place, trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for said area. I do my best to dodge her, and all at once moving to hide behind Zach. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zach.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off. Come on, at least let me check it.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow. Thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face before it's gone and can figure out what it is. Okay.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. We're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Rebecca voices it out. Well, when at last she releases a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug. Aw, she's glopping her!
Thanks, Becca!
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
If you say so.
Okay, guys, showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside. Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Becca to get my wallet and bag and the letter.
What's this?
It's already in Ashton's hands before I can even react. Oh no, it's the letter! Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach her, but he holds a paper way above his head. I've never been so particularly sensitive about my home, but right now I really wish I had that advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
Dude, don't open the letter. The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. Achievement unlocked. Too early for Halloween. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Wait, so that's 6 people who read the letter already. I don't know. We'll see. Vaguely, I know how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do any good. They are still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. Is this the thing that even if you show it to others like it says, now those people have to show it to others also? Is that why it's bad? Yeah, it's a chain letter. That awful sick weight is taking its core in my stomach, but back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone please. The day is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves a paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see, I don't want to see. The letters or words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way, that way.
It's not a prank.
Not a prank, bruh. It makes them, all of them stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke. Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying
Look
to
how
get
scary
away.
she looks.
I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Without another word, I snatched a letter out of Ash's hand, stuff it back in my bag with much force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw ghosts, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting, my own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache in the back of my head, begging for a little attention. I can't afford to give it right now. Honestly, there's only so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl in my bed, never think about today. Before I can take a single step away from the group.
Guys!
Zach rarely raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Yeah, you help me, Zach. Got my back, Zach? You and Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together? We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please?
He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Okay, Anthony. Becca too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up for Ash and Becca's acquiescing gesture, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. So careless, so careless. Maybe leaving is a better decision for all of us? Let's go stay for the movie. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. Oh wait, let's autoplay it. But this is something special to Zax. Nothing he worked so hard to bring to life. I should know better. I might have been having a bad day, but with few people I care about, far away is the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe if I stay or let our heads cool down the first before telling them what happened, they'll listen to me. There's nothing you can solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. Smiles back in my face and look back at them.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
This time I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Stupid Ash, being vertically challenged has its perks too.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll... Let's just go.
Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at the same question likely swimming inside of our minds. Something happened after school I left. Is she having a bad day too? I'll try asking about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food I promised.
But you'll miss it.
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on my shoulder, and then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise most of the crowd are already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here right now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere. Now that the film's just serving background, we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing again. We all get kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we probably get thrown out on the way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. I didn't know any better. I think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live with it, though, and it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of
I
that?
didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering a suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
You'd do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one. But talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right too, however, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease, but it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I take comfort in knowing that they're willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Okay. Now he's called Ashhole. Hey, thanks for the host. Welcome. I can't see who's hosting it right now because my video is very delayed. Oh, it's really delayed. Oh, it's Ev! Hey, what's up? How was Warframe? Okay. Hello. So, should I meet with the priest or the professor? No, I'm gonna go with the priest.
I'll think about it. But maybe we could go with Zach's idea?
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around. I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
Thanks, Zach. I knew I could count on you.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it. Yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this.
Okay, hold on just a second. I'm gonna refresh my chat or do something about this very long delay. Okay.
The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what y'all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I thought her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one who she should be reprimanding, but her attention's already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We fall into a comfortable silence after the kind you can only share with people you're at most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Night is fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Oh great! Spoopy time! Let's see my relationships. Zachary... Rebecca minus for some reason. Okay. Despite the late hour, the streets are bustling full of people, those about to head home, those set to meet with someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxborn. I was afraid, too, at one point, back when I was new, and I just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye before Becca and I cross to the other side of the street. The former claiming she's got a few... Okay, Ev, no problem. The former claiming she's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends. And Ash? Who knows, he never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's busy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Help me.
Huh?
Fuck. Help. A sensation. Cold, sickening, drowning, my chest tightening, breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amid the countless nameless people going out about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Help me. Pleading, even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. There she is. Whispering, whispering. Oh god, I hope we don't see her.
No, not me.
Somebody, help me.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
Oof. Okay, my friends are still there with me. Okay. At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just... okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street. Where that voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Hold on. I really don't like this. Let me just go back to playing the video. Okay. Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. I'm expecting to see something or someone there. I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah. See ya.
Another glance, and with a final wave, we go off on our ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what helped me sleep tonight, what would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. The darkness closes around me. What's going on? Okay, spoopy! Spoopy time! Darkness closes around me. Grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in without warning, and I'm falling. My eyes snap open. Oh, she has been eating a lot of ramen. Cup noodles. My eyes snap open. For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and my shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep all hunched up the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nested pillows I often keep around me feels more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through my window and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since Luxborn, or at least none that I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Haha, thanks for the bits, Marcus. Whoops, I dropped my bits. Guess you can have them. That's so kind of you. Not the crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in an empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time
Okay,
is it?
so I have to read that part. Habit forces me to look over at the clock, the soreness weighing heavily on my shoulders and compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep. Towel? Towel? Where's my towel?
Admittedly, it's the weekend. As an unspoken rule, that entitles me to a few extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happened, oh lord, a box of donuts as peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ring breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision at first, my mind conflicted whether I should just ignore it or answer it. But what if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Ah, sheesh, in the end, and the rational part of my brain wins out. Okay. Okay, so Rose, her co-worker. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull the device out. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads Mama. Oh, it's my mom! It's around 4:45 in the Philippines right now.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually it's around the noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else on an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather.
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Where's the authentic Filipino accent? Come on.
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
They're probably Americanized or something. I hope.
We're good, we're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired lilt in her voice as she speaks. She's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there was something I could do for her. Wait, what did her parents do again? I'm not immersed by how American this whole family sounds. Relationship. Journal? Profiles. Okay, yeah, whatever. If her mom is a laundry woman and her dad's a jeepney driver, they must be from the Philippines. I don't know. Unless she's a laundry woman tycoon. But from the miles away like this, at least I'm able to do is not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are Kuya, Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again. Well, at least they know the word for older brother. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has a family of her own, and well... Ate, Anne's financial situations, isn't exactly great right now, after having ran herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael?
Oh yeah, she has like
I hope
7
they're okay.
siblings. She's a middle child, I think.
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. From the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Papa. Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well.
Oh, I guess her dad's sick.
The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with sickness 5 years ago, he has been unable to provide for us. Yes, because I'm sure that jeepney job pays so much. Now the burden of feeding 8 mouths and settling Papa's bills are all rest on my shoulders. Although Mama makes a little, accepting sewing and laundry jobs in the neighborhood is scarcely enough to cover the costs of day-to-day living, let alone the bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I started to think that the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama, you taught me not to lie, yet look what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition, too.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
When are you coming home? Aw, man. EJ the youngest, used to be the only person asking that. Oh, I missed the chance to speak some Filipino. What is it? Kailan ka uwi? When are you coming home? Okay, yeah. Makes sense. How do you respond to that question when you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, I still can't give him a straight one. I smile, though Mama can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough for a place it is. No need to wear her down with unnecessary concerns.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course.
Welcome back,
I'm
Anthony.
Sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end. The sound of gates opening, the voice of a child, EJ, talking silently about his day at school. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids still bullying him when I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? Okay, Anthony. I miss them. I miss them so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
So Anthony, what do you think about this game so far? I feel like it's not, there's spoopy parts, but there's not a lot of them, and it's a lot of dialogue in between. I just want to get a feel for how people think about this game.
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
I love you. Bye.
Ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises in the air. Closing my eyes for a moment, I take a deep breath and shake away the thoughts beginning to swarm inside my head. It's pointless to mull over these things right now. Well, I guess it has a lot of reading and stuff because it's a visual novel. and they definitely put a lot of novel length things to read. Okay.
Okay, Isabella. Time to get that mansion sold.
Fortunately, before I can take a single step away from my phone, it rings again. No doubt Mama forgot to say something.
Mama? Did you forget anything?
No, it's Rose.
Excuse you? I'm too young to be your mom. Are you still sleeping? Hold on, never mind that. Get yourself in the office. Hurry!
Office? What about the open house? Oh no. Is it Sir John? Did he hear about yesterday? Am I in trouble? Oh god, oh god, oh god! I'm gonna get yelled at, aren't I? What do I do? I'll buy you an extra box of donuts if...
No, it's nothing like that. Will you calm down? Get yourself here, alright? I'll tell you everything then.
There's a telltale din of several feet shuffling against the wooden flooring and an indistinct yelling in the background before Rose cuts the connection. That isn't any way comforting. That's enough reason for me to hastily discard my phone and finish my shower in record time. Making it to the office within 20 minutes of leaving my apartment and completely disheveled and out of breath. A feat, if I take into account my usual travel time. Routine clamor, common to Briar Realties Corporation, Lexborn office greets me as soon as my foot crosses the threshold. Papers rustling, telephones ringing in sporadic intervals, the agents talking at varying volumes, stuff moving about, and...
Where the hell is C? Where are my employees? What the actual fuck, guys? Of all the times to disappear without notice!
My boss's words turned muffled as someone else closed the door to the office, likely the work of our HR manager. Throughout the past weeks, he's been in a bad mood over a few employees who have failed to report to work. I hear they're still trying to get a hold of them, but to no avail. The result is half their workload has been shifted to all available staff, so as not to lose clients. Not that I mind the extra work. If anything, that means I'll have more to send to my family back home. Although the rumors of the ranch closure are circulating because of this, it is indeed a bit worrisome. My bag barely touches the top of my table when Rose pulls me aside.
Here, I need you to help me with these papers. If you could also get these signed and photocopied before lunch today, that would be great.
One after another, she thrust a bunch of paperwork in my hands without explanation. The page flutters away from the top of the pile, and I lean down and pick it up, my eyes scanning the top of the page as I straighten. Purchase and sale agreement. Oh, so they did buy the house? Rose simply gestures her thumb in the direction of our visitor lounge when I tilt my head in question. There, seated on the sofa and looking completely out of place in the humbly decorated room, is the same couple from the day before. The Wrights. Something bubbles up in my throat. Their presence in the office can only mean one thing. They bought the house.
They're buying it? We got a deal?
She swats at my hand, tugging her sleeve, although her eyes are alight with something akin to joy. She wants the sale happen as much as I do, and now that it's here, the deal needs to be closed, yet documents need to be signed still, but the elation is there. Along with the foreboding feeling I can't quite pinpoint.
I had to do a little damage control, but they're already interested in acquiring the property, even before they attended the open house. I mean, isn't it obvious? They already hired an interior designer. I've never seen a buyer as aggressive as Madam Wright. She didn't even try to negotiate a lower rate.
One at a time, Rose. I can't process everything you're saying at once. What do you mean?
paying 15% higher than the listing price. As long as we get the paperwork done as soon as possible.
Why do they want this house so
I think
badly?
if we allow it, they'll be paying up front too.
I wonder if I
Even
missed that.
with that urban legend?
Rose nods.
Oh.
Yes, we saw her
I
nod.
was so sure we lost the sale after yesterday.
Don't look so surprised. We still have to conduct some last few checks before we completely hand it over to them.
Please. I'll happily do the paperwork duty, Rose. I'll even go to the land registry myself and make sure the property changes hands with every single legal blessing.
Don't they have better things to spend money on? I'd haggle it down to the lowest price if I were in their place, especially with the stories attached to it. Not that my opinion matters one bit here. We're just their agents who are going to receive the hefty commission after all, nothing more. Rose gives me a pat on the shoulder, signaling that she's heading back to them, and an unspoken instruction for me to follow after I'm done. It doesn't take me long to finish the work that she left me. In fact, having our boss sign the agreement is the easiest, since it has put him in a better mood to the entire office's relief. Yay! Madam Hannah calls me over to the open when she notices my presence at the lounge door. Her lips are twisted in a frown. She doesn't seem particularly happy to see me, and I'm not surprised. Hey, bitch. Who wouldn't be? I almost created the scene. Mr. Wright, however...
Why, if it isn't the little Lily? I trust you're feeling well now.
It's Isabella, sir, not Lily. I appreciate your concern. I'm feeling better now.
I don't really understand why they can't remember my name right. It's a fairly common name. It shouldn't be hard to remember. Regardless, I hand them their copy of the agreement.
I believe I can take that. Thank you very much.
How, without elegantly, she plucks the papers off my hands, it's easy to think that there isn't any trace of irritation in her. But it is there, radiating her stiff stance in the way she's standing at a fair distance from her husband, how the two look to be ignoring each other. Seeing this scene, it seems to become clear to me that I'm not the one who has put her in a bad mood. Did they fight? Most probably. I've seen it happen dozens of times with my previous clients. It's a shame, especially with their new mansion. I never did like it when my own mama and papa fight. I hope they make up soon. Apparently satisfied with what she's seen, Madam Hannah clasps her hand together before extending to us for a shake. Rose and I release the breath we've been holding, both of us more than happy to return the gesture.
That settles it then? Are you really sure about this property, ma'am? We could easily find you a bigger one among our current listings. Something with a modern touch?
Something not haunted, perhaps? Rose shoots me a warning glance. It clearly says, "Don't make a scene, we're almost there."
Of course, why wouldn't I be? The house is absolutely perfect, isn't it, darling?
A helipad would still be a nice addition.
Yes, well, we'll get there eventually, love. As I was saying, if your partner had the documents yesterday, we would have bought it right there immediately. Shame she didn't have it. Well, there's still a few necessary documents we need you to sign after, but we'll let you know once we have those finalized. We'll be handling the process for the rest, so don't worry about it, ma'am.
Within a week, I hope. We still have a housewarming party to plan, after all. You know how much thought should be put into those things.
There are servants for that, darling.
Love, servants or not, you're going to make people listen to your input nonetheless.
No more than a week, ma'am. Barring unexpected delay, of course. You can leave it to us.
Excellent. Well then, I'll leave you two to it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Oh, and before we forget...
She discreetly folds something in both of her hands and winks, raised finger to her lips, demanding our silence. I don't know what it is.
What happened the day before was quite unfortunate, but you did get us what we wanted in the end. That, at the very least, is commendable.
She gave us some extra cash.
Ma'am, I can't accept this.
Don't you worry, darling. It's a small thing coming from us. Consider this your bonus for a job well done.
She smiled sweetly, like this is the most normal thing to do in the world.
Oh, before I forget, my lovely interior designer would appreciate it if you hand her a copy of the floor plan as soon as possible. She's dying to work on the house. You can do that, yes? Here's her contact.
Certainly, ma'am. We'll have it processed as soon as possible.
I knew I could count on you, lovelies. I hope to see you too soon so we can get this closed.
Just like that, transaction over and done with. My mind started reeling even after they left. Other agents would kill to have clients like them. Part of me feels lucky about the fact no lengthy negotiations, no sudden change of mind, just talk, signatures, a few handshakes here and there, and we're done. The other part? A second ago, we sold a haunted property to 2 innocent citizens. Sure, the commission's big. Big enough to continue funding Papa's treatment and capitalization. Big enough to pay for all 4 of my younger siblings' schooling. Heck, it'll keep me away from instant noodle diet for months. I don't have to go back to the mansion as well. Once the deal's been closed, much of my sanity's relief. But knowing something is in there, and we gave it to a good couple despite that, well, they're kind of douchey, but okay, whatever. Oh, Isabella, the things you do to sell a house and get money. Papa won't be happy with that. At least I have good news to tell next time I call home. The little lie I told Mama this morning isn't a lie anymore.
Well, there's something. So how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Your first big multi-million-pound sale, silly. I know you've been with us for years, but this has got to be memorable for you.
Memorable is an understatement, Rose.
Come on, show some enthusiasm. They gave us a bonus, too, aside from the commission and the other bonus boss promised. What are you going to do with it?
I don't know. Send it home, probably?
All of it?
Not everything, of course. Most of it. I'll leave some for my living expenses.
Listen here, Isabella. I'll teach you something I should have told you before we ended your training.
She slings her arm over my shoulders and leans close to my ear as though she's about to share a big secret.
It's okay to celebrate from time to time.
I don't get it.
It's simple. Go out, do something for yourself. Throw a party and treat your friends to free food. Didn't you say the last one's some sort of tradition back at home for you? Hello, this is practically a done deal.
Isn't throwing a party a bit excessive?
No, you're Filipino. You do it.
I won't say no to an invitation, by the way, in case you really are planning to throw one. A few drinks would be nice, too. Thank you very much.
I don't think my apartment's big enough for that.
You could always move? Bloody hell, you're working in real estate.
I think I'll pass. That's too much of an unnecessary expense for me. But I did promise Becca free lunch in case the sale goes well.
You go do that. Hold on a sec.
She quickly removes herself for me to answer the phone at her desk. Her tone shifted from playful to professional in the span of a few seconds.
Today? Not a problem, ma'am. I could bring you a copy of the contract if...
Must be another client. Nothing surprising there. She's one of BRC's top agents no matter how modest she appears. Saleswoman through and through. I, on the other hand, have very little knack for it. Of course, I learned eventually. I had to. But someone else will, without a doubt, do a better job. Once though, in a drunken stupor, Rose told me a story what could have been. Years ago, wide-eyed, young, and brimming with yet-to-be filled dreams and ambitions, she was a term or two away from getting a nursing degree. Out of courtesy, I never pressed her on the matter further. But perhaps it's where the sense of fondness started. A small connection due to one similar experience with our respectable lives, of goals we both let us pass by because of circumstances we live in.
I'd be happy to discuss this over tea, ma'am. All right, I'll be there. Thank you.
New client?
Reassigned. Have you heard from Mark at all?
Not since the first visit to the mansion. Why? No news from the HR yet?
None at all. Boss thinks he ran away. I doubt it, though. He's too much of a wimp for that. There must be another reason. Who knows? Anyway, I've got to meet this one. I'll see you later.
She throws a wave over her shoulder as she rushes out of the office. Lunchtime bell sounds shortly after, followed by the chatter of fellow agents also heading out for a much-needed break. These guys are working on a Saturday, I just remembered. Ordinarily, there's no need for me to get out, but oversleeping did allow me the luxury of packing my own lunch today. If one considers taking an instant noodle cup from my pantry, packing your lunch, you got a bunch of cash now. You should just go out to eat. Time to make good on the promise I made to Becca, I suppose. Maybe invite Zach and Ash too. Okay. I think I'm gonna call it here. I feel like it's gonna be another bunch of dialogue before anything else happens. And I really need to go to the bathroom. And my tablet's dying. So let's save. First save! Quit. So let's make sure it's there. Okay. Let's... No problem, Anthony. Have a good night. Don't want to proceed? No. Okay, I look at the outline later then. So there's different branching trees I could do. Turn the main menu. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I hope it doesn't... Okay. Yes, I want to quit. Okay. Yeah. Next time. Anyway, thanks to everyone. Stopped by, hung out. Ev for the host. Marcus for the bits. Tomorrow I'm gonna play more the vampire game. I want to play that on nights where I don't need to go to work tomorrow in case I get too scared to sleep. Yeah. So, good night. See you tomorrow, guys. Hopefully. Yes. Bye-bye.